4 weeks to caveman mode. What some people say when I tell them I'm unplugging from the internet is, why don't you just cut back on some aspects, manage your time better? The real answer is I can't. I am addicted to the dopamine hit I feel when listening to a great conversation or to seeing things I was probably not intended to see, like excited, beautiful women. Another more comical reason is that I live in Guatemala where the bandwidth is very unacceptable. I have spent so many hours waiting for things to buffer, even on a 240 or 360 video quality. I have had to restart uploading videos numerous times when my connection was suddenly lost. I just lost a nice telephone conversation or a video chat conversation. I have avoided watching commercials thanks to AdBlock Plus, highly recommended, but it is only a matter of time before YouTube figures out a way to circumvent that. So basically, the second reason is I'm impatient, which might not be as much of an issue if I lived in a richer country. The third reason is I'm lonely. I may continue the habit of carrying a book or instrument with me whenever I leave the house, but I will try to use those things to initiate conversation rather than avoid them. Conversations, or avoid it if it's conversation. Subject-verb agreement, boys and girls. The problem is I only want to talk about philosophy, theology, and spirituality, and many, not most, people don't. Of those that do, they are usually so unskilled in the art of conversation that I end up walking away feeling like a sounding board and thinking to myself, what an irrational, ignorant buffoon. Surely part of the problem is we are all brainwashing ourselves in one way or another. When that is combined with an inability to think critically about one's presuppositions and an unwillingness to listen, the result is a fatal death blow to dialogos or dialogue. So there's a little bit of a vicious circle going on here. I listen to great conversations because I am not having any, and I am not having any because I'm too busy listening to other people have them. The fourth reason is either some form of romanticism or idealization of the past, or trust that a more natural way of living served humanity well enough for millennia. Whatever happened to sitting around the campfire telling stories and singing songs? I am not anti-penicillin or electricity or the steam engine, but I find myself increasingly opposed to what has slowly become normal. I don't want to become the frog dead in boiling water because it didn't notice the temperature slowly rising. I think the world would be a better place if more people lived in caveman mode. I remember going to a hostel in Scotland many years ago shortly after Facebook came out. I expected to walk into the large common area, an old abandoned Catholic church, and to see young people playing ping pong or darts, enjoying new friendships, playing guitar and singing, etc. What I saw shocked and horrified me. Silence, staring at phones, no smiling. And today, that is just the expected norm. It's a turn for the worse. People don't meet each other, and they can't have meaningful conversations for lack of practice. But what I'm proposing to myself, and possibly you, is something even more radical than leave your cell phone at home. Unplug from the internet pertains to home as well. It's the modern day equivalent of kill your television. Personally, I hope to combine it with a radically life-affirming, ecology-friendly way of life. No vehicle, no processed foods, solar panels, etc. My fiancé said something to me yesterday that really got me thinking. Why don't you just cut out everything except Gmail? That way you could still keep in touch with people. I can hear the cheers of agreement by the 10 or so people with whom I communicate on a regular basis. I need to think about this question seriously out of respect to them. I already have, of course, but maybe I need to think about it some more. She said her little brother could block all the other sites I visit, Facebook, YouTube, etc. I would probably want that done by someone I don't know. Also, I presume she will continue to use the internet on her phone, which I could borrow for 2 hours a month or whatever silly self-imposed rule I set for myself to keep in touch. Part of me says when a man went off halfway around the world more than 100 years ago, his friends and family would not have expected more than a postcard a year, and that expectations regarding keeping in touch have grown unreasonably high. It's not because I don't love my family and friends, but I don't want to be the frog in the boiling water. Anyway, I love and miss my family and friends and don't relish the prospect of cutting them off. Yet, yes, I can still call, but of course that will also entail internet usage. The longer I stay down here, the more tenuous and fragile relationships of the past become. Why do I need to hold on to the past? Does it give me a sense of identity? As someone who changes his name on a regular basis, that fixity of identity does not hold much water with me. So these are my convoluted ruminations 4 weeks out. Update, that was written 3 days ago, and I have thought about it, and I have decided that I am going caveman mode except for the first Friday of every month. One day of the month, I will spend all day on Gmail and writing letters, receiving letters, having conversations via FaceTime chat or whatever, probably in a public cafe. I won't have internet at home, but I can't cut off people and more. I've been having some really good conversations about Bernadette Roberts and other things, and I love good conversations because I can't really have them with my fiance because I don't speak Spanish well and she doesn't speak English at all. So anyway, I will be almost invisible. I'm not going to be talking about Bernadette Roberts every single month, that's for sure. I'm moving on from her, but I do want to keep in touch. So you can find my Gmail attached to this YouTube site, I guess, and peace out.